Hey, this is Ransom1690 back here with another video. And today I'm just gonna kind of talk about the New Year's and just what I've been up to. Because I wanted to make this video sooner, but I just hadn't had the privacy to really do it. But yeah, we are in the new year, and y'all know how it usually gets around this time. You have people who like to celebrate this ritual like it's going to just be the year that everything is going to be different. And yes, things may be different, but it's no guarantee that it's going to be different from the better. Now, I talked about this before, and so have a lot of other people. So I'm going to try to not regurgitate the same things. But instead, what I'm going to talk about is why I personally don't care about the new year. And that's because that when it really boils down to it, it's just another day. Okay? It's another day that man came up with and added meaning to it to say that, oh, well, because of this magical day, that means you should feel a certain way about it. And I just think it's so stupid because my parents like to celebrate this to the fullest extent. Like, they like to do the whole Happy New Year's and all of that. And it's like that's what they did this time as well, as soon as it hit the 1st of January, which is this month, January, they just started wanting to call everyone on the phone, yelling, "Oh, Happy New Year's" to family that they really don't talk to that much, to my bros and sisters and to granny and just all of that. And they were trying to get me in on it, and I really didn't want to do it. I didn't want to be bothered. I was just in my room watching anime at that point. That's really all I wanted to do. I did not want to get up just to go in their room, huddle all over the phone, just to yell Happy New Year's. And I kept telling them, like, yeah, I just don't want to do this. Oh, well, come on, come on. And it's just so stupid. It's like just because it hits this magical little day, we just all have to celebrate this ritual. And it's like, I don't understand why, you know, because when you really think about it, it's really nothing to celebrate, especially if you're the type of person where you grew up in an environment where nothing good's really ever happened, or just you struggled a lot, like me, maybe like me and a lot of other people, and you just really had misfortunes in life. Maybe you've dealt with abusive family like mine, or maybe something even worse than that, or maybe you're going through some real fucked up shit where you're about to be homeless because you're dealing with a crooked ass boss on your job that keeps giving you bullshit. Or, maybe you're dealing with other types of abuse. So it's like none of that's gonna get better just because this magical day comes around. But even more than that, this entire thing serves as a way to just condition people into thinking that, oh, this life is really better than what it is. It's essentially the same as Christmas and Thanksgiving. That, oh, it's really something to celebrate now. Oh, even though this world is real fucked up and we just have a lot of bad shit going on, like, and it doesn't make sense. But this Happy New Year's, when it boils down to it, it's really just another cope when you think about it. And me personally, I have been through so much during the previous year, so much mental stuff to where this had New Year's shit, it makes no difference for me, because the things that I went through previously in years prior that's still affecting me now, that's not gonna all of a sudden go away just because, oh, a new year is rolling around. You have a lot of people who's dealing with just mental issues or just maybe bodily issues, maybe bodily abnormalities. And so, what are you gonna tell them, just to be happy or just to celebrate something, even though they feel like shit or they're struggling in their body or in their mind? No, that's the most insipid thing that you can do to someone. And that's why I really don't care about this New Year stuff, because you're still gonna just deal with problems in the end. You're still gonna deal with trauma based on whatever you went through. If any of y'all went through anything, I know I have. Like I said, I'm still dealing with all the shit that my mom did to me when we was getting into all those arguments and all these crazy conspiracies that she would come up with just to make my life a living hell. I am still dealing with the mental trauma of that. I still, that messed up so much of me mentally to where just I'm still trying to recover. I'm trying to recover my you know schedule, the schedule that I had before, because I had a real consistent schedule before then, where I would wake up early, maybe get a small breakfast, work on my art, and maybe look at some art. And this was before I started going to the rec, but I was going to incorporate working out into that. And it's like I had my entire mind frame, the type of person I was back then, it was different. It was really different. Actually, I think this was before I acknowledged that I was doomer, because honestly, I think I'm even past the point of being antinatalist. I think I'm what they call a fucking uh I think they call them, it's people who really don't give a shit about the world and they wouldn't mind if it just got destroyed. I think they're called extinctionalists. I think that's what I am, honestly. I just, ever since going through all the stuff I went through and just realizing how fucked off the world really is, I just don't give a fuck about this place, And that wasn't the type of person I was like 5 years ago. I was in a different mindset where I believe that, family really loved you and cared about you. That if it's anyone in the world that you could trust your mama. Or, well, my dad, my biological dad ain't really that good. But, I believe that I could really do something in this productive in this life, and just through hard work, really uh gain my independence and just do something positive. And I believe that that was also the same thing that my quote unquote loved ones wanted for me and wanted to help me to do. Ever since going through all the shit I went through, all the bullshit, the police, the fucking The arguments, the knives being pulled on me, the lies being told, the conspiracies being made up. I am just fucking through. I mean, that's not the only thing that led me to this. It's other shit after thinking about it, like, the shit I went through in school and like the whole when I started my first job hunting and realizing how bullshit that is and just really thinking in detail about how stupid it is. You need to even work this hard just to fucking exist, and just all of that combined with the trauma that I've already went through just led me to this point. So honestly, I don't think I'm going to ever recover, because that person that I was then died. He is died and he is gone and he's not coming back. And it's nothing that a fucking New Year's resolution is gonna just up and fix. And it's when you really think about the whole concept of resolutions, it's nonsense anyway, because you know it's a whole lot of things in this life that you just can't control. Like, depending on what it is, like, let's say, oh, I want to get this new job by this point in the year, or, oh, I want to, make these X amounts of friends. Well, that's not up to you entirely, because that's dependent on someone else to reciprocate those desires. Let's like the an employee has to want you at their company, or a person have to want to be friends with you. And if they say no, then it's nothing you can really do about that. And really, the only thing you can have resolutions about are things that's, for the most part, in your control, like getting in shape, or let's say, me personally, my resolution is real. it's, it's really not much. My New Year's resolution, I'm gonna tell y'all what my New Year's resolution is. My New Year's resolution is to get exposed to more manga and anime that I haven't watched yet, and maybe continue cutting out true crime, all that depressing shit, and get better at my art and learn how to do better edits on YouTube. That's it. That's my New Year's resolution, and I feel like that's stuff that's 100% entirely in my control. And be more consistent with workouts, because I keep fucking falling off of that shit. But that's stuff that is 100% in your control, that you can really say you can have a resolution for. But if we're talking about all this other shit, oh, I want to start a business, or I want to, let's say, get this girlfriend. I really don't give a fuck about that anyway. But that's stuff that you have to earn approval for that to even come true, whether it's from a landlord or a person giving you a contract to rent out the place for you to do the business, or for the woman in question to reciprocate your feelings. you know and it's a lot of stuff in this life that's out of our control, that how can you really sit here and say that you can have a resolution to half of this shit that people say, when everything in this life is just so unpredictable. Like, you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know if you're gonna wind up like that guy that was in, I forgot where, but T Sizzle posted a video. I think it was India. I may be wrong, but apparently it was this influencer who got into a car with this fucking alarm. But it was this influencer who got into a car wreck and got cut in half, I think, or disemboweled. And I think he died. You don't know if that's gonna happen to you next year. So it's like you can't really say what you can have a resolution for, you know, and it's just kind of really nonsense to me just thinking about it. And like, but really, I'm just I really just don't give a shit, primarily because you're still gonna deal with problems. All of us is still gonna be dealing with whatever the fuck we was dealing with last year. You know, if you're let's say broke and you're struggling at a shitty job that you don't enjoy, well, you're still gonna deal with that next year. Now, again, you can try to change that, but it's not guaranteed. You know, it's for the reasons I've already said. You can, and that's all you can really do is just try to change your situation. But you can't just sit here with this immediate mindset that, oh, it's gonna happen because I made this resolution. It like life just does not work that way, unfortunately, you know. But yeah, I think that's really all I gotta say. You know, just this whole, we need to really get out this mindset that, oh, just because a new year roll around, that means it's time for a celebration. Celebration for what? Celebration for things being more expensive than ever. Celebration that a lot of us is still gonna have to work and maybe never even be able to retire. You know, celebration that it's just so much shit going on in the world where it's people out here, they're being raped by family members or being sold into X traffic because bullshit YouTube won't allow you to fucking say what's really going on. You know, celebration that it's people out here who's homeless, who gotta dig out the fucking trash can to eat, you know, and then they gotta sleep under nasty ass bridges. And I know that's what's going on because I'll be seeing this shit when, you know, I'll be looking out the window on the fucking freeway. Just, man, I even ugh, I even walked under one once, you know, just real nasty and just you know, celebration out there. There's people out there going through that. Come on, man. You know, so I think instead of just hooping and hollering about this stupid ass holiday, that maybe this should be the time where people collectively come together and really start thinking about, okay, so how can we make what happened last year, like let's add up all the things that happened, and as far as maybe what we learned on the news or what's going on in politics that we may not agree with, or you know, and we all just need to come together collectively and think about, okay, so what can we do collectively to change this so that everyone can have a better time, you know. And I think that's the only way that this New Year's is going to mean anything, is if it was a collective effort to make things better and to kind of make the world a better place. And I know this sounds real fucking idealistic. You know, the chances of that happening is basically none, because we live in an idealistic society where you have to prioritize self, and people for the most part are so unorganized, or just really selfish, or maybe they have ulterior motives, that's never gonna happen, and so that's why this holiday, this celebration, is gonna stay a celebration that doesn't mean anything. So I think the best thing is that we should just stop celebrating this shit, because it doesn't mean anything, unless things are just really in your favor, to where it's just aligned, to where it's going to go right, and no one or nothing is gonna get in your way to stop you when it comes to all this bigger shit that can be influenced by outside forces or third party individuals. It's no reason to start getting up talking about, oh, happy New Year's, when first it ain't nothing happy about it, and secondly, all your resolutions is subject to being compromised, by other individuals. So, but we all know, like, it's just another cope. And that's really all I gotta say about it. Y'all can tell me what y'all think. Again, I didn't celebrate it. My entire mindset, like, I was watching Evangelion the whole fucking time. Like, I don't give a fuck about this holiday. Shit. But yeah, y'all tell me what y'all think about it, and I'll get back to y'all with another one sooner than soon, because I don't know, I may start another video after this. But yeah, I'll get back to y'all with another one real soon.